to come forward and everybody can get situated where you can see the board up here. Come on up. Little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. We're just gonna kind of sit right here in a big circle. Little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. And do me a favor and sit all the way down to your bottom, that way people behind you. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Good morning. Let's see, can you all scoot this way just a little bit? That way I want to make sure everybody could see. If you can't see very well, kind of place yourself so that you're in between somebody else. Sam, you want to scoot this way a little bit so you can see better? Yeah. If you're comfortable, then that's all we need. All right, we good? Okay, all right. Good morning. This is our story up here. What do you think it is? You think it's a parable? I think you might be right. It's a golden box. Ooh. How do we know it's a parable besides the golden box part? What do you think, Saffron? Yep, it has a clue on there. It has kind of a guide there, so we know that what story could be in there, right? What else? What else tells us this is a parable? It's wrapped like a present. It kind of looks like a gift. You know, parables are gifts. Parables are gifts that Jesus gave to us. It's got a lid. I wonder if that tells us that maybe parables are kind of something we need to be ready for. Sometimes they're difficult to understand. Are we ready to see if there's really a parable in here? Yeah? There it is. Yes. Let's see. We'll start with this. Keeps getting bigger there. Let's see. Ooh, that is. Oof. Let's see, we'll spread it out here. You think it's too big? It's pretty big. I don't know if I can even reach part of it, but we'll do our best. Wonder what this could be. Maybe dirt. Mm-hmm. Maybe it could be something underground. Maybe it could be a road. Yeah. Let's see. Well, this was something else in the box. Let's see. Oh, look at that. What if I put that like that? Wonder what that could be. What do you think, Sam?
The beige strip going across the ground. It looks like a road, and then the ground looks like the rest of the road is the ground.
Maybe this could be a road here, and then this is kind of the rest of the ground.
I would have to be on a road where there's just gravel and dirt beside it. I want to be there when there's so much grass.
Yeah, you wouldn't really want to be on a road where there's just gravel and dirt. You'd probably want to find some place that has nice grass, a little softer to walk. Maybe water somewhere close by. Yeah, Miran, what are you wondering?
What kind of looks like a color?
The box here? Or this? Oh, like a wrapped present. Miran's saying it kind of looks like a present up here. Huh. Annalise, what are you wondering?
This one is like size. It sort of looks like if you curled it would look like a vest.
Oh, if it was life size and you kind of curled it around, it might look like a vest. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, I've got a few more things in our parable box here. Maybe this will help us know what story it could be. Kind of looks like a city. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a town. What do you think?
I think the story
Oh, it kind of reminds you of when they had the long journey to Bethlehem. Wow, this is a representation of the city of Jerusalem. So maybe that's a good connection that you're making with the story of Jesus' birth. Yeah.
I think it's the story when they put all the plants in the ground.
When they put all the what in the ground? Oh, when they put all the palm trees on the ground. So you're even thinking maybe this reminds you of the story of Palm Sunday, when Jesus entered into Jerusalem, and then people put all the palm branches on the ground. Sophie, what are you thinking about?
Bethlehem and Jerusalem mixed together, what would it be called?
If Bethlehem and Jerusalem were mixed together, what would it be called? What do you think, Sam? What do you think, Sam? Or a Jerusalem? But yeah, what do you think, Miriam? Bethlehem. Well, I've got something else in here. This is like a smaller city here. This represents the city of Jericho. I'm going to put this down here. Ordinarily, it would be all the way down, but I can't really reach, so we'll put it right there. Yeah.
This
Lavender.
reminds me of like a road trip. Like,
Oh.
you say you're going to Houston, you start at your house, and you meet like a little small town to get gas and buggies, and then you and then there's a big city with water world and whatever.
Yeah. So you're thinking you're starting at a big city.
No,
You're starting down here and you're on a road trip and you get to a little town and you stop at Buc-ee's and get some snacks and then you're on your way to the big city that has Water World. It's so exciting. Well, I'm going to add a couple more things here.
Okay.
Maybe that's a rock.
Two rocks.
Maybe two rocks.
Boulders.
Maybe boulders. Ooh. Yeah, Sophie, what are you thinking? I want to make sure I can hear Sophie.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Then you have a super long trip and you couldn't even sleep.
If you were going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, you would have a super long trip and you wouldn't get any sleep? That sounds exhausting. That would be exhausting, right? Well, I think we have about all we need to start our story. I'm going to maybe put two more figures right here. Yeah. We got two figures there. I wonder what this story could be. Do you know that once there was someone who said such amazing things and did such wonderful things that people followed him? And they wanted to hear what he had to say. One day, a lawyer asked him, "What is the most important law?" And he answered, "You already know." But the lawyer said, "Yes, we are to love God and love our neighbors. But who is my neighbor?" And Jesus told them this story. A person was going down the road from Jerusalem to Jericho. As he traveled, some robbers attacked him. And they hurt him. And they took everything he had. And they left him by the side of the road, injured A great priest from the temple in Jerusalem was walking down the road, the same road. He saw this traveler injured, but he passed by on the other side and kept walking. Next, a Levite, a person who also worked at the temple, was going down the road to Jericho when he saw the injured traveler. He too passed on the other side. But a Samaritan, who was not even from the same country, came upon the traveler and saw him. And he went to him. He put medicine and bandages on his cuts, and he helped him. He even put him on his own donkey and brought him to an inn. The Samaritan stayed with the traveler all night to make sure that he was safe and taken care of and fed. And he told the innkeeper that the man could stay until he was well, and that the Samaritan would pay for all of it. Here is another picture. It's an artist interpretation of what that might have looked like. You can see the donkey and the Samaritan. He's wrapped up the traveler in a cloak. I wonder, which of these three was a neighbor to the person who was hurt and robbed and left by the side of the road? Cherish, what are you wondering? Which one? Yeah, the last one, the Samaritan. I wonder if this person, the traveler, I wonder if he had a name. What do you think, Sam? Jerusalem James. That works. Jerusalem James. Yeah, what do you think, Cherish? John. Wonder if he had a family. Yeah, Mirren.
Well, I have another birth name.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Aren't all the parables that Jesus told like metaphors and were made up by him?
Aren't all the parables that Jesus told metaphors and made up by Jesus? We know that the parables Jesus told, they didn't really happen. They're just stories he told. But we also understand that he might have told those to help us understand the world differently, you know? Yeah, what are you thinking, Cherish? Maybe the traveler was on his way from Jerusalem to the smaller town of Jericho to visit his family. Yeah, Saffron.
Maybe he had a business trip.
Maybe he had a business trip. Maybe his family lived here and he was on a business trip. Yeah. I wonder where this, oh yeah, Sam.
Either that or he was a beggar who was homeless and he traveled to Jericho, so he was more different. Because as you can see, Jerusalem was bigger, so there probably are no rich people. Rich people, even though they have more to give, they usually don't get anything.
So you're thinking this traveler might have been rich and been traveling. No, I can't quite hear you.
He was poor and he was a beggar. If he was from Jerusalem, he was trying to get to Jericho because maybe the people in Jericho would be more generous. Because in Jerusalem, it's a bigger city, so there are more rich people, and rich people don't give even though they have lots to give. Meanwhile, other poor people or middle class people usually give what they have even though they have less than the high class people.
I'm gonna repeat all of that so everyone can hear what you said. So Sam was thinking that maybe the traveler lived in this big city and he was poor and he was getting kind of desperate because there were lots of rich people in this city, but the rich people weren't really helping him. And so he thought maybe if he went to a smaller town where people were more middle class and poor, that they might kind of understand his situation better and they might help him.
Also, it kind of makes no sense because the rich people have more to give, so why don't they just give?
Kind of makes no sense because the rich people have more to give, and why don't they just give?
But the middle class people have less to give and they give.
But the middle class people maybe have less to give, and yet they still are generous givers.
Lots of people are greedy.
Maybe it has to do with greed. Is that what you, yeah.
People just care about money.
Maybe it's because people are caring too much about money and not enough about God. Yeah.
It's sad these days because no one seems to care about it. People just stare at the screen say, yeah, I got money now, I'm just going to spend it on this stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what do I have to eat my vegetables? When they're lucky to even have any food to eat. They get mad when they don't get things they want, even though they have the things they need, so they should really be grateful. All they need to do is being ready and want to be good on.
So it feels,
That's the biggest flaw about humans. They want more and more and more.
so it feels, okay, yeah, so it feels kind of sad because people just kind of want more and more and more things, and you know, and they have something good to eat, and yet they don't want to eat it because they just want more and more other stuff, and they're busy looking at screens and they're not paying enough attention to people around them that need things. Did I get that right? Yeah. Basically, yeah.
It also makes me wonder, were those teens really just desperate? If they were poor, or did they just want more?
Well, let's wonder about the robbers for just a minute, because you're wondering if they were desperate too. Maybe if our traveler was desperate, maybe the thieves or the robbers could have been desperate too.
Like some
Wow.
people are steal because they're desperate and have enough, but others just steal because they want things. Some people try to steal to live, others just steal to get more.
Yeah, it's kind of a tricky line there, because some people are stealing because they really are desperate and need something, and then some people are stealing because they're greedy and they just want more of something.
Yeah, some reasons can be alright. Like if you're stealing from like a rich person, and maybe not, it's not right to steal. But someone's really making their greedy. They have enough to give, but they won't give money. And maybe you shouldn't steal, but you take some.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt. They have lots more, and hey, you're pulling me.
Yeah.
So sometimes you steal, but you're doing it for a good reason. Other times you steal for a bad reason.
So sometimes people steal for a good reason because they need food, or they.
Do have enough, but they're just stealing to give to other people. Like they have 4 families that
Kind of the Robin Hood situation. Maybe they're stealing things from people that have plenty and giving it to people that don't have enough. That's an interesting connection with the Robin Hood, yeah. Huh. I'm wondering, is there anyone wondering out there about anything? Yeah, what are you wondering about, Jody?
Well, you asked about the name of the traveler.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if not having a name in the parable actually makes it more identifiable, because we can all be the traveler.
So Jody is wondering if we don't give the name to a traveler, maybe we can all kind of see ourselves in the traveler and wonder what it would be like if we were hurt on the side of the road and no one stopped to help us. Yeah. Yeah, Letty.
So it also has me wondering about, like, how often am I the first 2 people who are just like, see you later.
Maybe Letty's wondering, yeah, maybe we can even see ourselves in the first 2 people that were like seeing this person going, I don't know this person, I'm busy, I've just got to move on here. You know, maybe they don't have names either, because sometimes we can see ourselves in those people too. What are you wondering, Cherish?
they might have been, but
Maybe they wanted to help them, but they had stuff to do. They were trying to get to their family. Maybe we're not even giving them the benefit of the doubt, right? Yeah. Mirren.
Maybe,
That's okay. When you remember, let me know, okay? Annalise. You forget? Okay. When you remember, let me know. Okay. Yeah. Wait, hold on one sec. Someone, yes. Ernest.
I'm thinking, I mean, I'd probably be in the Good Samaritan, because whether I know that person or not, I would help.
Whether you know the person or not, Ernest is saying he would help. He would want to be in the position of the Good Samaritan to be able to help and to help. Mirren, you remember.
Whether you know that person or not shouldn't matter.
Whether you know that person or not shouldn't matter. And did you notice that the Good Samaritan, they said he was from a different country? So he may not have even spoken the same language as our traveler. And yet he stopped to help. Mirren, yeah.
I heard that maybe why do people ask him because they're very particular, like me about stranger danger.
Yeah, maybe they could have been actually worried about strangers, and maybe they were young people and they wanted to make sure they were being safe and they were kind of protecting themselves, considering their own safety. Yeah, Annalise, did you remember?
I think he actually said.
Okay.
I guess about when people stole from the person and then they just left him there.
Yeah.
I forgot what the play was called.
Oh, Les Miserables? Yeah. Yeah. So you're making that connection, right? That your parents just went to see Les Miserables, and we've talked to you about that musical, right? And that the person in the musical steals a loaf of bread to feed his family, and then he gets imprisoned for a long time. And so maybe we don't even know the backstory of these robbers. We certainly don't know what's going on with those friends. Now, I want to tell you something. You all are saying such important things, but we've been sitting for a long time. And I wonder if you might like to stay and discuss this some more, or if you might like to kind of get up and walk around and do some of our response time activities today. So let me share with the rest of the congregation what our activities are. We have Play-Doh here. We have markers and pencils over here. We've got books over here on this side. We've got some more books over here. We've got watercolors, crayons, and then we've got some building blocks from Ernie Crum back there on a couple of pews. So I want you to take just a minute and think in your brain about what you might like to do to help you remember this story. And then when you're ready, you can stand up and go and find an activity. And after our kids have all found something, you all are welcome to stand up and find an activity yourselves. So kids, if you all want to get up and find an activity, a response to our story,